ever said that fun workouts were only for kids? Why should they be the only ones to enjoy recess? It is time to get a little wild with Wildlife Wednesday workouts. And happy World Wildlife Day, everyone. We've got a very, very special Wildlife Wednesday workout for you. Again, World Wildlife Day, though, the world is our oyster today for what we can do as a workout. So I'm going to go back to an old ZooFit exercise guide workout, one of the original conservation hero workouts called Core of Conservation. So you can see the board right here. We've got 21 exercises, 3 categories, but they are all core-centered work exercises. So we're going to be doing 21 minutes of core exercises today with a very, very short break between them, going on right to the next one. So we've got 3 categories. We've got our problems that our wildlife are facing, the main animal, or one of the main animals that is affected by this quote unquote crisis. And then we have our solutions that are going to help those wildlife, help us help the planet as well. So again, we've got three categories, and we have 3 colors. So you can see we've got our red. Red is symbolizing the problem. Our black on the whiteboard is going to be the white chips that we're going to be using, and then our blue chips for the solution. So we've got 3 color chips, seven of each color, and again, a nice big bag for us to draw from. So it's going to be, again, luck of the draw, kind of a little bit of a fate of the die. We're going to go down the list and do each exercise. So I'm going to go over the exercises as we are doing them. So you guys ready to get started with our core of conservation? All right, guys, we have our timer set. I've got 21 rounds of 1 minute and only 10 seconds rest. So that 10 seconds is just going to be enough time for us to grab a new chip and then get right into the next exercise. If you need to take a break during this, that's totally cool. Take a kind of quick breather, grab some water, and try and get back into the exercise. If you need to go down a level, I'm going to show you all the different types of levels you can do within this minute. So go at your level, go at your pace, take a break if you absolutely need to, but try and keep up with the core of conservation for World Wildlife Day. Let's get started. Are you ready for today's adventure? ZooFit is all about connecting you to the earth in a healthy and positive way. But we can go so much further together. Join the ZooFit tribe on Patreon and receive first to know updates, access to ZooFit projects, added bonus materials, and other special offers. You could even have your favorite animal featured as a wildlife workout. The link is in the description down below. Let's train positive today, tomorrow, and forever. Let's do this. All right, guys, we're going to pull our first chip. We've got a white chip. That's going to be our middle row. So we're going to be starting with 1 minute of crab toe touches up here. Put that on the ground so that's out of the bag. We don't have to repeat that one again. You guys ready? We're going to start with crab toe touches. 3, 2, 1. 1 minute of crab toe touches. So we're going to be on our butt, bringing our butt up off the ground and touching alternate hand to opposite hand to opposite foot. Now, if this is too much for your shoulders, that's totally fine. You can stay on your butt and touch your toe. Reaching across, kind of just slightly past our foot, will help work that core just a little bit more without the intensity on your shoulders. 30 more seconds. Crabs are being affected. Well, a lot of tide pool animals are being affected by rising tide. So there's a lot of things we can do to save crabs, tide animals, ocean animals, and even land animals from this rising tide. And we're going to learn a little bit more. 3, 2, 1, and Christy's going to be drawing the next one. And we're going to, again, not have to do crab toe touch. We've got red. That's our rising tide. So we're going to get into a plank position. You can be starting on your elbows or on your arms, because we're going to be rising up and lowering down. Now I'm going to be on my knees. Chris is on his knees too. You can also come up off of your knees, come onto your elbows, come back up to your hands. This is the rising tide. As we are rising, so is the tide. And a lot of this has to do with, well, yeah, climate change. Climate change is having a big impact on our tide, on the coral reefs, on the planet in general. So again, rising tide is this one thing that our animals, our wildlife are facing. And there is quite a bit that we can do to help protect them, crabs, all sorts of wild animals that are affected. We're going to the next exercise. We're gonna get a blue. Nope, we got another white. We're going down the level. Sea stars on our back. Here, legs are going to be spread out, and so are our hands. And we're going to, again, meet in the middle, opposite hand to opposite foot, and come back down to the floor. These are, again, sometimes called starfish crunches, but there's no such thing as a starfish. they are not fish. They're echinoderms, which means spiny skin. They're related to sea cucumbers and sea urchins. So we call them sea stars. They are affected by pollution. And again, simple things that we can do to help protect them. And I'm gonna get to that modification. You can bend your knee if you need to. Sorry about that, guys. Bend your knee if you need to. Modify, go at your level. We're our next one. We've got our blue. There's our solution for the rising tide, is using renewable resources. So we're going to do some renewable Russian twists, staying on our butt. You can raise your leg and then just twist side to side. You do not need weights. If you have weights and you want to use them, great, that's fantastic. But you actually don't need it. So you can feel that in your core, just twisting side to side. Now, if lifting your feet off the ground is too much, yeah, plant them on the ground. Guess what? Ground or off the ground still works your core. We're working our obliques here with the renewable Russian twist, talking about renewable energy that can help mitigate climate change, help save lots of wildlife. So from issues such as the rising tide. We've got less than 10 seconds, guys. Keep it up. And that was a tough one. We're getting more and more core. We've got another issue. We've got plastic pollution pigeonholes. This is a nice change of pace. So we're going to, one leg is going to come straight out behind us. The other leg is going to be bent in front of us. I'm just going to sit here for another 15 seconds, 20 seconds here. And if this is, again, still too much for you, you can turn it over onto your back. I'll show you that when we switch. And 3, 2, 1, we're switching. I'm going to show you up on how you can do this on your back. Again, leg is out in front of us, laying on my back, and I've got one leg raised up, placing the heel in my hand, and then just holding it. And again, feeling the stretch in my glutes, same place as I would feel it if I was doing a regular pigeon. This is what I call reverse pigeon. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Kitty is joining us. He loves World Wildlife Day as well. We've got butterfly sit-ups as our next animal. So I'm going to put my feet in a butterfly position. They can be wings out or wings in, whichever way you're comfortable, coming all the way down to the ground and sitting back up. Once again, hitting our core. Butterflies being affected by deforestation. Cutting down the rainforest, cutting down forests in general. So once again, you can also have wings closed. That makes it a little bit easier. And if you are struggling to do a full sit-up, you can go down to a crunch. Just coming up with those shoulders off the ground, protecting your neck by pressing your head into your hands and your hands into your head. We've got less than 10 seconds. Keep it up at your level. 3, 2, 1. And next exercise, no rest for the weary. We've got another animal. We've got our flyaways. So we've been working our front core. Time to work our back core this time on our flyaway. So we're going to be on the ground, hands out to the side, or again at an angle, and then raising our chest off of the ground, again, like for flying away. So these are sometimes called Supermans. So I guess you would, the Superman pose. Then people got kind of confused of, oh, we don't want to be exclusive to the women. So they started calling super girls. And then they started calling super people to be politically correct. And I just said, why don't we just do flyaways? Let's all be birds. Up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Zoofit. 10 seconds, guys. You've got this. Yeah, being a bird is hard. I'm going to go ahead and draw because Chris is slow. We've got a deforestation, dragonflies. We're going to get onto our back. Deforestation is affecting a lot of animals, such as butterflies. And we're going to have our legs straight, point them up, and bring them up overhead. And then a nice slow lower down. This is called a dragonfly. Lots of different ways you can modify. If you can't bring your legs straight up overhead, go ahead and bend those knees. Raise your butt off the ground and bring it back. Again, nice tight core throughout the entire movement. If this is still too hard, place your hands underneath your butt. Keep your legs straight, and then just bring them straight up overhead and lower them back down. What we would call just a leg raise. You got 10 seconds. Go at your level for 10 more seconds, guys. And Chris's turn now, finally. We've got our litter bugs. Litter bugs are on our back. These are also called upside down beetles, or well, sometimes called dead bugs. Dead bugs don't move, people. So litter bugs or people are those that again throw trash on the ground. They're affecting a lot of animals, but animals like birds can be impacted. So again, such as a plastic waste going into the ocean, birds eating the plastic trash, feeding it to their young is one issue that they're facing. Other things that they're facing, again, just like crows and other animals that go through the trash are ingesting some of the trash too. So again, let's put trash in its proper place. Let's not be litter bugs. And let's do some good for wildlife. And we've got our rest, 10-second rest. It doesn't feel like much. Another issue, we got palm oil push-throughs. So we're going to stay on our butt. It's basically another type of sit-up. So we're going to come all the way down and then push up. You can have your knees bent. You're going to push through, kind of give it a little stretch. So you can do this with your knees bent, pushing through, stretching, kind of doing a little bit of a hip stretch with your knees bent. Or you can do your legs straight, pushing through, kind of getting a hamstring stretch with that as well. So your choice. And again, if you cannot go all the way down and come all the way up, for this particular one, let's work on that stretch and then come down. Again, holding your knees and then coming back up to do that stretch. So for this one, rather than staying on the floor coming up, we're just going to go down about halfway and then come back up. Again, we're pushing through, getting a little stretch along the way here. Chris is picking the next one. I think we're almost halfway. We've got our cat-cow. This is a nice break, guys. We're going to be on all fours doing a tiger-elephant. We were pushing our hands into the ground and arching our back and tucking our chin. And then caving our back and sticking our butt out and our head coming up. And we're going to do that for the full minute. We've got 40 more seconds. Then cat-cow is what this exercise is called. It's symbolizing tigers and elephants that are being affected by non-sustainably sourced palm oil. Palm oil is, it in and itself is not a bad item, but because the way it's farmed, often a monoculture item, monoculture product, and also the way that they farm it through slash and burn has a huge impact on Asian wildlife. So we've got our next exercise. That's a nice little break. We have another issue. We haven't gotten a lot of solutions, but don't worry, guys. Climate change crossovers. This is Chris's favorite. So we're on our side. We're going to be in a side plank, bringing both legs up, and then crossing our leg forward and backward. I need to scoot over a little bit so I'm not kicking the rower. And you can, if you can see what Chris is doing, he's doing a modification of the knee on the ground. And I will show you from the side as we switch sides. So again, on our knee or on our elbow, coming up, you can bring your knee up or put your knee down, and then again, crossing over without kicking the rower or the kitty or your partner. 10 more seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1. There we go. And our last issue we're facing is poaching. We're just going to be in a plank hold. You can do this in a variety of ways. You can do a plank all the way up on your hands. Again, a full arm plank. Again, off of your knees. You can do a full arm plank on your knees. You can come down into an elbow plank off of your knees. You can do a full elbow plank on your knees. Doesn't matter. We are still working our core with whatever level you decide. We got 25 more seconds. Poaching is a big issue. It does show that animals are a commodity. Some people say this is a good thing that you can do. Showing that animals are a commodity is a good thing. Personally, I think that showing that animals are worth more alive than dead is the answer to saving a lot of wildlife. And you can release that plank. Chris's turn. We are done with the issues, guys. That's awesome. We only have solutions from now on. We got to recycle, release the beast. We're in a all fours position. And then we're going to lift those knees off the ground. We're going to lift our hand into the air and kick the opposite leg through. Come back to what we call beast mode. Lift the other hand and kick that one through. Now, if this is still too much on your shoulder, go ahead and sit down. Come through and then just sit down. Without doing the kick, we're just going to release the beast through the knee. So this is again an issue for plastic pollution is to recycle. Actually, reducing our waste is key. Reduce, reuse, recycle didn't quite fit. So recycling is an option as well. And we are on our way, guys. We're all more than halfway. Plant a tree T-twist, or as I call them, tree twists. We're in that plank position. Again, you can be on your knees if you need to. We're going to raise one hand to the sky, twist to the side, come back down to center, twist to the other side. So you can do this off of your knees. If you need to, come down to your knees, and then you're twisting side to side. Planting trees is the big answer for deforestation. And if you are, again, looking for ways to help out, there is Polar Bears International has a campaign called Trees for You and Me. Definitely check that out. I'll put the link to Polar Bears International in the description down below. Check them out. Plant some trees. Help polar bears, butterflies, and all of our wild animal friends. Chris's turn. We got still a bunch more solutions here, but one more animal. It's our penguin crunches on our back. You can be on your back. We're going to reach side to side. Our knees are bent. We're actually reaching for our toes on that same side. Now, if being on your back, doing laying down penguin crunch is too much for you, go ahead and stand up and then just reach from side to side. Again, working those obliques. Now, most people look at polar bears as the main poster child for climate change, but both poles, the North Pole and the South Pole, are being affected by climate change. So penguins are being affected just as much as their northern counterparts. We got 10 more seconds, guys. Choose your level. I'm going to go with back down here. Again, working my obliques. One of my favorite exercises, penguin crunches. And my go. Last animal, we've got our rhino charge, affected by poaching. We're going to go nice and easy here. We're going to bring one leg up, stretching out that hip, bring it back to plank, and bring the other leg up. Again, stretching out that hip. Nice and easy. Now, if you can only come up halfway, you're only coming up to here, fan-frickin-tastic. That's like you. Come up to where you can. If you need to come down to your knees in order to get that leg up, that's great too. Again, your rhino charge is where you are. We are just celebrating rhinos. Another great way to help protect rhinos from poachers is to donate to Bowling for Rhinos AZAC chapters, giving up lots of opportunities to help protect rhinos, to help save rhinos, such as a Dash for the Crash and other events. And Chris is got only solutions now. So we've got our volunteer V-ups. So this is basically a more advanced C-star. So instead of our legs spread out and going one hand at a time, we're going to bring up both of our hands and our legs up to the middle. So if this is too difficult, you can go back to those C-stars. Come back up to go one hand to one foot. You can also bend your knees if you need to get to that middle, whatever works for you. Or you can slow it down like Chris is doing. Yeah, volunteering to help clean up whether you're doing it in an official capacity or just going around your neighborhood, picking up some trash, putting it in its proper place can be a big help for our bird friends. And we got another blue. Wow, what a big surprise. We got sustainable swimmers working on our back once again, coming onto our stomach, hands coming out as far in front of us, and we're going to raise our chest and kick and paddle our hands. So sustainable. So the swimmer part isn't really connecting with palm oil, but sustainable definitely does. See, and if you can't sustain this, again, kind of think about what we're doing with the environment. We're not making it sustainable. Come down, come right back up. But sustainable options, doing sustainable palm oil products is going to help protect not just rhinos. Actually, it's going to protect, again, tigers, elephants, orangutans, and tons of other Asian wildlife with the palm oil crisis. So you make sure you're doing sustainably sourced products. All right, what color we got now? Blue. We've got blue. We've got our bicycle crunches. We're going back on our back. And we're going to pedal our bike. You can go stay at this level. Again, elbow to knee if you like. Nice and slow. You can pick up the pace. That's up to you too. If you really want to challenge yourself for the bicycle crunches to help combat climate change, bring both legs out and then one knee in at a time. Woo! Yeah, that hits you hard really quick. And we are doing this for a full minute. I have 1 more minute after this, guys, so you're almost done. Doing what we can to make a difference in World Wildlife Day, bicycling instead of driving, helping to cut down our carbon footprint. Nice job, guys. Done with this. We have one left. Ecotourism Toe Touches. This is our last minute. Let's make it count. Bring those feet up into the air and then touch an opposite toe, reaching with your opposite hand to opposite toe. And if your core is not on fire yet, just do this workout one more time. 1 minute of 21 core exercises, your core will likely be on fire. So just go at your level. But as I mentioned, the key to solving a lot of wildlife is to show that they're worth more alive than dead. That will actually help stop the poaching. So ecotourism, through photography, take only pictures and leave only footprints, will help save many, many species from extinction. That's it, guys. Woo! We are done with our core of conservation. It is a killer on the core. But again, hopefully it gives you some enlightenment on how we can celebrate all of wildlife, finding out a little bit more of what's going on in our world and what we can do to help them. Great, that's good job, everyone. That's like you. Thank you, and happy World Wildlife Day. Woo! How much fun was that? We worked our bodies and our minds a bit, living green and training positive. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you enjoy the workout, make sure to ring the bell to subscribe to get notified of all ZooFit fantastic fun projects. Remember to stay wild and wonderful, and I'll see you all next time.